update and daily news report. Here's what we know. One of the biggest issues right now has to do with the Social Security and the benefits that retirees are getting. Many people have argued that the cost of living adjustment of 5 or 9%, although it's rather much larger than what we saw in 2021, is not going to be enough, and it isn't what we are seeing right now isn't now. Benefits are being cut. That means you don't get as much food, you don't get as much support. Medicare premiums are going up at rates that we haven't really seen lately. Rent is increasing, property taxes have gone, and this doesn't even take into account the fact that the food is getting a little more expensive and gas is getting more expensive all across the nation. Here, what I can tell you, according to many reports, lawmakers has been looking into different ways to improve Social Security and improve the program, so that people that are in Social Security can action, and taking Social Security benefits can actually provide for themselves. But in order to provide for those on the Social Security, there's one thing that has to happen. Congress believes the only way to improve Social Security is by passing legislation and taxing those that are at top of their income scale. What I can tell you is that this is where the language of the bill means just as much, if not more than the actual bill itself. Here's the reason why if we said, and this is the hard part with everything right now. As President Biden came out and he wrote on nobody making less than $400,000 a year could have to pay penny more in the taxing, but not one statement, which he's made over and over that one statement. That is one of the issues with the pretty much entire bill, to build back better after providing more to Social Security anything, because if we only are asking for people that make over $400,000 a year to pay more in taxes, guess that there are some lawmakers that are against that obviously. So here, what can I tell you? We know Representative John Lawson. He is the chairman of the House Social Security Subcommittee. He's actually gotten about 90 of House Democrats on board with the Social Security 2100 Act. And according to many reports, Democrats know that if they want to gain the seats in the House and the Senate during the midterm election in 2022, they will need to support people on Social Security. The bills that we are seeing, the ideas that are coming out, the most important thing is how will the language be written? Who is gonna pay for Social Security increase? Who's gonna pay for this? Is it going to be lower income families, middle income families, or the rich? We don't know, but if we go off with the President Biden is saying, that means that lower income, middle income household will not pay the penny more in taxes. But then if we just take a read to guess what some senators, some Democratic senators will not go for this, which means is it not going to pass the Senate. So that issue is that anybody trying to go off what President Biden has promised, but at the same time, other Senate Democrats are saying we don't support this. We cannot just take specific road, and this is turning into major issues. So we'll see that happen. What happens there? Here's the other issue that happened yesterday. Many people were slamming President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. Now, They were doing this for multiple reasons. Number one, Biden has made a promise it completely shut down the COVID virus for over the past year. These were his promise. He made this promise before he was president when he was campaigning, and he said that Trump administration has done the terrible job, or he did back then. Well, President Biden yesterday stated that, and I quote, there is no federal solution to COVID. Okay, let me read that again. There is no federal solution to COVID. This gets lower at the state level. So he is pretty much just pushing off that huge pandemic, pushing off this burden from him onto the states. But there is major concern here, and here's one the concern that we are having. Many people are wondering, why can't we get more rapid at-home COVID tests, and why can't we get them now? Because the administration has been saying that they are going to mail out these tests in January. But experts say that will be too late. We are anticipating, experts has been saying for a couple of weeks, that we could easily see over 1 million cases per day of COVID. And we are not supposed to see the peak in COVID cases until possibly the first week and the second week of January. Experts are there anticipating that we will see the highest amount of COVID cases in the first couple of weeks of January. Similarly, because of holiday and New Year's, where we saw 542,415 COVID cases, which now brings the 7-day average to 239,100 COVID cases yesterday on Monday. We actually see underreporting Monday are now big day for reporting. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday much greater. So when I bring you the report tomorrow, expect this number of 542,000 to be much higher. Some expect maybe a couple 100,000 more, pushing close to 800,000 COVID cases in a single day. That's the day. Here, what experts say that it could actually be a matter of days, not weeks, days, before we top 1 million COVID cases in a single day. But the good news is that the rate, according to experts, compared to case count, is relatively small even with over 500,000 new cases. Experts say that hopefully the death rate doesn't rise even after the lag. Death is still set is about 0.3%. This is roughly 3 times higher than the death due to the flu. Why did the Biden administration wait so long to send out these at-home testing kits? They clear masks in not helping to prevent the spread of Omicron, but they did help with Delta. But they said the best solution, and it has been the best solution for almost 2 years. Now it is over 50 and 95 respirator. I've been saying this for past year. Closed mask make me feel better, and it's easier to wear and they are more appealing, right? But they don't provide the protection that one will need for most serious variants. They are not going to do this because healthcare professionals could potentially run out. This is actually what happened when we first came into this pandemic. When this pandemic first started back in March of 2020, was that the Trump administration, and they later revealed this that the Trump administration was extremely worried there could be a shortage of masks, and so why they didn't recommend It's earlier on, but the new mask gun were extremely important. But they were just worried about the potential shortage. Lawmakers are now getting calls from many businesses that say they can't get their employees back. And when asked according to multiple lawmakers, they said it's a very common thing. They said it's because of the lack of children care. According to many reports, there will likely be more provisions in the Build Back Better Act, or what we have left in the Build Back Better Act, that are going to provide easier access to children care. These could be things like a children care tax credit of $4,000 for a child for a year up to 2 children. It could be more child tax credit payments. This is the 250 or 300 minimum payments that the child are getting under the age of 17. Who knows what else will be in here and what else will be included, but what we know is lawmakers are looking at multiple different provisions, multiple different ideas to see what could actually work and where they could get some support from all the 50 Senate Democrats to finally get this passed.